Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, the 8th day of March, the 10th day of Adar, and a reminder that it's going to be a fast day on Thursday, the fast of Esther. It usually is done on the day before Purim, which is Sunday, but we don't want to do it on Shabbos, so it's pushed back not to Friday, which is Erev Shabbos, the day before Shabbos, but we push it back to Thursday. So it is observed from the crack of dawn on Thursday morning, 72 minutes before sunrise, until nightfall, which is like approximately when Shabbos ends in your city. It has the usual laws of most fast days, all the same things. It is a little bit lenient for those who are not feeling well because it's a nidcha, a fast that was pushed off and isn't on its natural day. So do speak to your rabbi if you feel that you're suffering from weakness, headaches, or anything of the sort, because it is a pushed off fast, not on its normal scheduled day. It is a little bit lenient because of that, but don't go deciding that on your own. Speak to a rabbi about your medical condition if you have one, and whether you should or shouldn't be fasting on Thursday. Okay, now a couple of more laws for the Megillah itself. If you, God forbid, find yourself in a position where you're somewhere and there's no good Megillah in your locale. There is a parchment written Megillah, but some words are missing here and there. Believe it or not, you could still use it if you're desperate, if it's the only one there, as long as the beginning or the end of it isn't missing, as long as a whole topic isn't missing, and as long as it's just a few words here or there, then you could be using a Megillah, even if it's not 100% kosher. You can even make brachos, the special brachos said before the Megillah, you can even recite those. If you are using one of those Megillahs and you get to one of those words that's not written in the Megillah, so you'll recite it from memory, or somebody standing near you will remind you what that blank spot says. If there is no Megillah at all, you're stuck in some place where there's just no Megillah, then you don't have somebody read it out of a printed thing to everybody else. Rather, you have everybody read it quietly from their printed matter, if they can do it. You should, in the morning, when the men are wearing tefillin, they should leave on their tefillin for the reading of the Megillah. We do say La Yehudim Haisa Ora V'Simcha V'Sason Bikar. That means basically that the Jews celebrated with great happiness and Yakar. And Yakar refers to tefillin, and therefore we do like to have our tefillin on in the morning when the Megillah is being read. If there's a bris circumcision that needs to be scheduled, it is done before the Megillah is read. If you're in a walled city like Yerushalayim today, then it's read. The Megillah is read on the 15th instead of on the 14th. If you live outside of the walls of Yerushalayim, then all the different neighborhoods outside of Yerushalayim, all of them speak to their rabbis, and some of the neighborhoods just outside of the walled city of Yerushalayim are still considered part of the city of Yerushalayim and do read it on the 15th also. But then there are outlying areas, and most of you people who live there know all that better than we do. Speak to your rabbi about your neighborhood if you're outside of Yerushalayim and what day you read the Megillah on. Believe it or not, at Shalosh Seudos, when you're eating the third meal at the end of Shabbos, it is appropriate to eat a little bit less if necessary at the third meal at the end of Shabbos, so that you'll have an appetite to eat your some Purim food on Saturday night. Right? That sounds like preparing, and you might not have expected that it's allowed, but that is the halacha. You eat a little bit less if necessary at the Shalosh Seudos at the end of Shabbos, so that you'll be able to have an appetite to eat on Saturday night of Purim. Even though, of course, the main Purim Seuda mitzvah does happen during the daytime. I think you knew that. Shalach manos, just have them ready. What I mean by that is ready-made food. You should not be giving somebody something that's raw that he needs to cook. It should be ready-made foods that he can just open up your package and eat. That's the best way to give shalach manos. Even the poor people must give shalach manos as best as they could afford. Everybody gives shalach manos. There's also this fascinating halacha on Purim that whoever stretches out their hand to you in need, you just give them without a whole lot of examination of, let me find out about your cause. I mean, you could give less if you're a little suspect, but everybody who asks should be given something at least on the day of Purim, and that'll cover our laws for today. So next time we speak to you, it'll be about specifically on the fast. Remember that there's a fast on Thursday, and we'll try and tell you more laws also about Purim as it rapidly approaches. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.